Hello, I'm Lorianne Lumbee with Soul School, and this is Soul Lessons. In this week's videos, we are going to be exploring the topic of conditioning, which I uncovered or discussed in the first video this week. The topic of this video is inner authority. We live in a culture, we live in a world that tells us that authority is outside of us, and that authority knows what's best for us and dictates our reality. That authority is what has developed societal's rules and conditioning. It is the authority that develops and imposes beliefs. It's the authority that tells us what to do, how to act, how to dress, how to carry ourselves, what our life path might look like or what it should look like, how to be a good human, and the list goes on and on and on. This external authority is present within our parents by no fault of their own, by our teachers, by our pastors, by our government officials, by those in our friend circle who have designated themselves the authority, administrators, bosses, employers, police officers, anyone that has placed themselves as an outside source of authority, making us dependent on that external authority for our own life guidance. Now, of course, there are times in our lives when we do need loving guidance. The loving guidance of a parent that says, "Don't touch that fire." The guidance of a teacher that helps us to learn, to find ways to research, to develop critical thinking. These authorities are more in a role of teacher and guide, or have the opportunity to be more in a role of teacher and guide than authority. Authority presupposes a hierarchy of knowledge, that someone outside of us knows more than we do. And that authority is often wielded like a scepter or a crown. This has been part of our societal conditioning, and having that reliance on an external, outside perceived authority creates within us a culture of codependency. Codependency deprives us of our own inner freedom. It tells us that we can't know what's best for ourselves, that we can't reason, discern, and exercise our own truth, that there isn't a voice within us that knows who we are, where we're being called, what our unique gifts and passions are, and how we might want to live that out for the sake of our own fulfillment and potentially in service to the betterment of our world. The truth that the outside perceived authorities don't want us to know is that we've been given a brain, a mind, and a heart, and a gut through which we can reason and discern our own truth. That process of discernment will be the topic of another video. But for our purposes here, it is important to know that each and every one of us, unless we suffer from some sort of serious mental illness, and I mean really serious, like psychopath. The majority of us have been gifted with an inner barometer, a deep intuitive sense that tells us what is for us and what is not. It tells us what's life-giving and what's not life-giving. It tells us what kind of actions are loving and what kind of actions are threatening or dangerous to us. That inner barometer is what flips that hair up on the back of our neck when we sense on some level that we're that we are in danger, or that our safety is being threatened or infringed upon. It's that queasy feeling in the pit of our stomach when somebody is trying to coerce us into actions that we don't want to take. It's that weird, undescribable feeling that tells us that something is not right, something is amiss. It's that inner radar that tells us when we walk into a room that there is danger here. It is also that inner guide that tells us when someone's lying or trying to deceive us in some way, or when they might be trying to manipulate or control us. That inner barometer, that inner compass, is our inner authority. It is also that which knows our soul's purpose, which knows what we are here for, which knows what our truth is, and how we are called to live and move upon this plane. A big part of our soul's journey towards unfolding, the process of self-actualization, is coming to learn how to hear and trust and be obedient to that inner voice. Because it is not to the external perceived authority that we are called to be obedient. It is to that deep inner sense of truth and rightness, that compass of love and compassion, and that light of truth that lives within each and every one of us. That is the authority that we are invited to be obedient to. I'm Lori Ann Lumbee, and this was Soul Lessons. If you found this to be helpful and informative, please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. And if you're interested in finding out more about what Soul School has to offer through courses, books, one-on-one mentoring, please check out our website at www.loriannlumbee.com, and the link is listed below. Thank you.